We get this question asked a ton. We literally, this is just a small sample, but we're doing 3-blade replaceable. We're doing a 3-blade cut on contact. We're doing single bevel, 2-blade. So, and we don't hunt with them, but Garrett brought these over, some expandables, so we'll shoot those. So we have Shuttle T 3-blade 100 grainers, Muzzy Trocar 3-blade 100 grains, and then the Striker 3-blade 100 grains. So that's our replaceable. Then we have Kudu Contour 125. We have RMS Cutthroat 150 grain single bevel. We have the Bone Broadheads that are 2-blade single bevel 125, and Strickland Helix 125s. Down here in the 3-blade to 4-blade machined is going to be the NAP Hellraisers. We have the Tooth of the Arrow XL in the 4-blade, and then we have Montex 3-blade 125s. This isn't scientific. We're gonna shoot some cardboard, we're gonna shoot some tin, we're gonna shoot some plywood, just kind of go through them all, trying to, first off, the first one, penetration. So we're gonna shoot all of them into brand new cardboard. That'll be the basis, ground level for penetration. It's all gonna be the same bow, same arrow. So I'm gonna shoot my Hoyt RX1 Ultra with a Day 6 250 spine HD shaft and have some fun. I don't know, it's cool. All right, so first round we are gonna shoot 3-blade replaceables. These are all out of the package, never been shot. Hopefully I hit the target. We're gonna do Shuttle T. We have the G5 Striker and the Muzzy Trocars. I've hunted with a Shuttle T once, didn't like it. So these aren't my personal favorites, but we'll start there. This is
Shuttle T.
Shuttle T.
They're all 100?
These are all 100.
Okay.
So, penetration looks like
Shuttle T was the worst. The other two are a tie.
Shuttle T didn't shuttle much.
Didn't show down.
So fixed blade here. These have been, this one's brand new out of the package. These two have been resharpened. So they're not, this one I think is pretty factory edge, and this one I know has been resharpened. So we'll see if that's a variant factor. My guess, best penetration, I'm going with the G5, then Hellraiser, then this.
Tooth of the Arrow.
Tooth of the Arrow, yep.
Tooth of the Arrow.
Here goes the Montec.
Montec. Tooth of the Arrow did get further.
Despite being a 4-blade.
Montec actually had the most drag out of everything so far.
I'll be doggone.
In the fixed blade category, it was the Tooth of the Arrow that won out.
Opposite what we thought.
Opposite what we thought. We thought that extra blade, because it's a 4-blade instead of a 3-blade, we thought it would create more drag.
And a steeper angle too.
Yeah, and it didn't. So, and then in the replaceable blade category, it was the Striker, G5 Striker, that got the most penetration out of the replaceable blade. Next is this is what I'm anxious for, or I think it is.
Single bevel.
Single bevel category.
Kill 'em.
Test up, we have got Kudu Contour 125s, Bone Broadheads 125s, RMS Cutthroat 150s, Strickland 125. My plan right now is to shoot these heads this year, so I'm anxious to see. I've always shot, the last 5 years I've shot single bevel, liked them, so I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. Kudu.
Contours.
Kadoo, kadoo.
Cutthroat.
This is your blade, isn't it, Wes?
Quite a bit better.
Did it?
I think so. Maybe it's just the angle, but it looks like I got better penetration.
Bone. Bone.
Bone.
Bone zone. I have a feeling this one's going to go through the whole target, the aluminum, and Cody's bag target.
Holy smokes, not even close.
Not even close, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Stricklands. Check them
Oh,
out.
the worst. Wow.
So,
What do we got here?
Kudus and the Stricklands, I would say, are probably tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Then we got Rocky Mountain Specialty Cutthroat. And then, ahead of the pack,
Dirty dog.
Way
the
ahead.
Bone.
Bone.
What the devil is that?
These are not legal in Oregon, but
That's your turkey.
this is the Rage Hypodermic. So we'll test that against our best penetrating broadhead. The Ozcut, or I want to say,
Bone.
the Bone.
Bone zone.
We'll shoot them
That's so
side by
far.
side.
We'll reshoot the Bone.
Yep.
I've
That's
never
a-
even seen an expandable shot. This is my first experience with it.
Expandable. Test. Numero uno.
Oh,
It made a harder. It really sounded harder.
The worst.
Does that look like it?
It didn't deploy.
It
all
didn't
the way.
deploy all the way.
It didn't have time.
There's your.
I'd go like 3 in and see when it deployed.
So we did the whole penetration test. Now we're just going to peel layer by layer. So it'd be kind of interesting to see like the wound channel of single bevel versus 3-blade versus the non-deployed.
Yeah, the expandable didn't even expand out when it when it first hit the target.
That one blade.
It's getting bigger. This one did for the expandable.
But this is interesting. Like all these single bevels,
You can see them ripped.
right? And then you see these are just like all back to the arrow diameter. Not.
See, like, look at that. That's the bone too.
Yeah.
Look at that one blade on the Rage though. That's fully deployed. That one's not even fully deployed.
Yeah.
But still, it's actually, it might have broke or something.
Yeah, look at that.
But now, see, if you look at that bone broadhead, that's a pretty narrow cut. Like this is kudu here. That's the tooth of the arrow.
That's pretty impressive on that tooth of the arrow. I think you finally got more deployment on that left.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. So it took
It took
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. at
inch and a
about
half solid.
Inch and a half before it fully deployed.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, just in the myth of skin, that
Yeah.
having a slice open. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, there's not a good test for broadheads to replicate what an arrow is going to do in.
Sure. You can just get close
Right,
and
right.
kind of make your hypothesis.
Yeah. So there's.
That's full deployment
What's
there.
that one there by your thumb above this one right here?
This is.
That's really twisting hard.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the
Bone.
Bone.
That's impressive. I like that.
I do too.
Okay. That's starting to be impressive.
It is. We should find it anytime. But even still, it's like
So the Rage has the biggest wound channel to me. I mean, I see the most open space right here.
Yeah. But that just intrigues me. The single bevel, just the way they're like a Z. You know, they're turning all the time. That's
I mean,
pretty.
these are back to just.
These are just straight in. That's just a 3-bladed hole. Which, don't get me wrong, do damage. Ta-da!
No, that's the.
That's the
That's Strickland.
Strickland's. So it over the.
The hypodermic out penetrated it.
Yep.
by just
I'll
a hair.
Just a
doggone.
darn. Just a little bit.
I'll be dipped in honey.
Look at that thing. It's got wings like an eagle.
That's pretty hardcore. So I'd be curious to see how much deeper the best fixed blade did against that. How much?
Well,
how
we
many,
can
how many
tell you.
layers?
Oh, I
many
got
layers?
you. We'll
How
just
many
keep on,
layers?
we'll just keep
Yeah.
pulling it
No.
back.
So here's one layer. That's the one we pulled out.
This is the last layer. This is the last layer. So.
Okay, so that's the last layer of the Rage. Actually cutting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So.
The Strickland's already done too, though.
this was
Oh,
Strickland.
is that it?
This was one broadhead we just pulled out.
Strickland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the actual length of
It went further.
Went further.
Yep.
Yes, because it was longer. Because it's still got a dent, and this is just the tip of the expandable. It's probably gone now, just about.
So we done 2, correct?
Yeah.
8.
So this was Montec.
Montec didn't do as well.
Yeah. So Shuttle T, Trocar, and then Striker.
Striker. And tooth of the arrow is right there.
Yep.
Shuttle T went pretty deep.
Well, the 3 blades went. It looks like they went farther.
Yep.
You still have 2 single bevels in there.
Bone.
That's all that's left. Is the
Bone.
bone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Jeez.
7, 8.
It dented the last one.
Impressive. So,
That's 50 double layers, so 100 layers of cardboard. So the first little run of it all, we didn't have enough failure. So we said, if we're gonna do this, we gotta go for the gusto. So putting the gusto back on, we're gonna go start back over on the deflection test. We went to a 1/2-inch plywood instead of that particle board, paper board thing, because we shot them through it. They didn't really do anything. So we're back at it. I am going back to the original heads, original blades. This honestly is why I hate.
hate's a strong word.
I strongly dislike
That'll work.
replaceable blade broadheads. And I don't know, maybe it's from, honestly, since I was 12 years old, I've shot pretty much a fixed blade, and then I went to replaceable, and then back to a fixed blade
So
after.
you're biased.
He's biased.
I'm biased.
He is so judgmental and
But
biased.
I just don't like this. I'd rather, for me, part of it, honestly, I love sharpening broadheads and like putting it all together, and
I just like it when they go into the side of an elk and it falls over.
that's me.
Finally.
Trent is just wound to the nut that he actually gets to see something destroyed, right?
Well, that's exactly the reason that they clicked on this video, I imagine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shoot broadheads, 1/8 inch, guys, 1/8 inch aluminum too. So it's not super, it's not like steel.
160.
What's that mean?
0.160, not
It's-
0.125.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sorry, I worked at a boat company and kind of dealt with aluminum all my life. So.
Right, so will the broadhead go through it?
No.
No? You say no. All right, I say we will find a broadhead to at least go through just to the back of it. It'll make a dimple in the back. Garrett?
The best ones to have the chance is so far the Oscar or the bone. That's the ones I'm going with, is the bones.
I like his style.
That's about the worst performer so far. We could just sacrificial lamb that.
Somebody screw it on and let it rip. What do we got, Code? Shuttle T.
Shuttle T.
She's been getting real dissed on all
Yeah.
day. Shuttle T
Range hot.
against aluminum.
Oh! Did it go all? It went all the way through.
Boom, shock, and awe. How's that going, Cody? How are we gonna get that out of there?
Hammer.
Yeah, probably.
Hang on. Dude, what I'm blown away, honestly, is what the arrow did not do.
Knock didn't even come out.
Knock didn't even come out. No cracks. The only thing is it pushed the blade. See, this is like another reason why I do not like replaceable blades. That's
Because explain what happened here.
Yeah, so what happened is this had washers behind it. It broke the washers that held the blades in place and pushed the blades back. So you had a failure in the broadhead. Like, that's a failure in my opinion. So we did the first 3-blade replaceable. It actually penetrated. Blades, the collars broke, so we're over that. Honestly, we're not going to shoot those this year. The opportunity this year, I think Wes is shooting the kudu, so we're going to shoot one of those. Right now, I bought a bunch of Stricklands, so I'm going to shoot Stricklands. Going to test that, and we're going to test the bone broadhead because Trent is all about the bone broadhead.
So what do we got here?
Kudu.
Kudu.
Is that a kudu?
Kudu.
You know what? That did a hell of a lot better than I thought it would.
No, it stopped exactly at the point of where it's not the ferrule, where it starts.
I don't know. What do you feel? You're going to shoot those this year, right?
I'm gonna shoot them. Yep. For me, they fly the best out of my bow. So I'm choosing accuracy over a couple other factors with the kudus, but I'm shooting 60 pounds this year, so I got to be precise. I got to put that thing exactly where it goes. So
Good penetration, though. I mean, it did pretty good. Came out through the back. Strickland's up to bat.
Strickland's up to bat. Let's see if we can beat the kudus.
Oh, I
So much.
do not think so. Do not think so.
Same.
Wow. Durability is good. I will say
sure.
that. But it did it make it to the...
Yeah, it made it to,
Did
you
it?
can see all that.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it made it to that bump. See, that's the thing that me and Garrett just talked about.
Yeah, the ferrule design.
It
Uh-huh.
stopped
It's
the
a
arrow
bump.
because of the metal's not expanding for it.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
You think it would
the
break?
whole science behind the single bevel is that it cracks, right?
correct.
So the ferrule theoretically,
Helps.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. And didn't break an arrow.
No, arrow's still intact.
I thought we'd be going
are
through arrows
doing
like
Let's go
pretty
winging.
damn
Let's
good.
go winging it. That's it. Bone zone time. Oh boy, you're hot.
Good to go.
My gut, this is going to have one of the best penetrations because the ferrule taper is really sleek, lean. There's no hard stops, no hard bumps. So I have a feeling this is going to be the best penetrating
And
broadhead
this
out
is?
of them. So, cut through at 150. The only thing that the bone has against better or doing better is because it's less cutting diameter.
Right.
So that may help in penetration.
Wow, that was loud.
solid.
That was loud.
Hey.
It made a pretty good sized wallet.
Yeah, it sure did.
It made more of a hole per se.
Yeah.
The thing about those,
As far as
is
actual-
they are also a lifetime warranty, correct?
yeah, I could probably send this back and
you
get
can
it
send
resharpened.
yeah, you get it sent back, resharpen it, good to go.
That's pretty impressive. Wow. It did good.
The edge
I mean,
retention
the edge
is
retention, it doesn't look all jaded up.
unbelievable.
All right, so last but not least, bone zone.
Trent's favorite.
If it does well, I'm not kidding. It's done.
It's excelled in all the
exceptionally
tests,
well.
100%.
Yes, the cutting diameter is a little smaller, so you got to take that into account. Here we go.
Man, because it's so wide, so quick, it doesn't penetrate through as much,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Same deal. Oh, blade damage though.
On that one side, the blade's a little
Yeah.
bit tarnished.
Seems-
Really pulling for it.
Other than that, pretty straight.
Yeah, it didn't bend it.
It's actually,
I'm gonna actually say this. Out of all the rest of them, it's got a wider cutting
it
diameter.
does in comparison.
Well, it's very thick.
Yeah,
It is thick.
that's a lot wider cutting diameter than anything.
It out penetrated. I mean, just full expansion of
True.
cutting diameter.
True. True.
So, guys, here's the. I guess something I wanted to say in this whole thing was one of our most written emails is, oh, what kind of broadhead do you shoot? You know, what's the best broadhead? And if you look at all of us in this group right here, we've hunted elk all our lives, all of us, and we've shot elk with all different kinds of broadheads, and it's still not one of us can say, okay, yeah, that's the best. So for that, I don't know. We have more testing to do, don't get me wrong. We're gonna shoot some shoulder blades. We're gonna do some really fun stuff, but Cody,
I'm just jacked about the arrows, honestly. Like of all, like the whole test side of life,
yeah,
shooting into 100.160 in thickness of aluminum, and I broke one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't break the arrow. I just broke the outsert.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty jacked on that because that's one of the most critical, honestly, in your whole setup is having an arrow that doesn't break on impact, you know, going in ribs, all that. So sharp accuracy is what number one with broadheads. Find something you like, stick to it, try something new. I don't know. It's been fun. I'm anxious to shoot shoulder blade and see how broadheads, you know, like the whole single bevel thing is supposed to be bone splitting, so we'll run through with beef shoulder blades, way better, way bigger and thicker than an elk. So if it passes that test, then feels good.
All right, guys. Until we get the shoulder blades, we will see you on the next one.